Hi everybody! Last week in my newsletter I asked for questions and I got some really good questions. I've saved them all and I'm going to start addressing them in these weekly Facebook Lives. There were two different people, two different situations, but really the same situation. So Bernadette said that she's very confident painting florals and she now wants to move into something she's not comfortable with. But as soon as she tries, she falls short. So she has ideas of figures, buildings, room interiors, but the ideas that she have require more thought and more planning and result in less spontaneous paintings. I tighten up and my paintings reflect my insecurity. So that was Bernadette. And Anna wrote to me and said, I'm working on two very big paintings and she feels like she's on at a turning point where she wants to bring in more colour, but she doesn't want to, I presume, ruin what she's already got, and she's frightened to do that in case it doesn't work out. And how do you get over that fear? What I wanted to say about this is the desire, first of all, the desire to do something new. That's the pull of intuition. That's the little voice that says, I'd like to, I wish I could, you know, maybe I should. And that's the voice I think we always need to listen to. That's the one that's telling us what we should be doing next. So really important. However, what stops you from following it is the fact that maybe you do follow it. Maybe like Bernadette, you try something and it doesn't work out. You find it, in her case, it's making her get tight and tense because she knows how to paint florals loose and free. This is something she doesn't know how to do yet. So she's getting tight and tense. And with Anna, she's afraid to mess up this work she's doing by bringing in something so different. And I think what you have to accept when you want to do something like this is you are going to mess up. Take that out of the equation. You are not going to be able to do the new thing as well as you were doing the old thing. That's not a reason to stop. That's just a reason to say the next however long is going to be for me to explore this new thing. Bernadette, if you can paint florals loose and free and beautifully, you can paint anything loose and free and beautifully, but you just need to find your way with it. So you need to accept the first paintings that I do are going to be tight and tense and not very good. Now you're free to get on with being tight and tense and making not very good paintings so you can get to a place where you can make the ones that are not tight, are not tense, and do feel good. And for Anna, I would say in that situation, if that were me, if I were working on some large pieces that were fairly developed, there's no need to suddenly fling wild colour into those. But what you could do is to start a whole series of experimental pieces with wild colour. And again, to tell yourself, it doesn't matter if these don't become good paintings because you're doing something new. And they become experimental pieces, exploration pieces where you can try out colour ideas and find out what works and what doesn't. And then you'll know when you're ready to start bringing that into your actual work. All I wanted to say was if you feel that desire to do something but you're not doing it, the procrastination and block will be about you feeling like you're going to fail at it, and that's why you don't want to take a risk. If you accept, just fully accept in your body, yes, I am going to fail at this, and you don't make that mean anything more than the fact that that's the way it goes. So when we think I'm going to fail at it, if we make that mean, and therefore I am a bad artist, or therefore I am not talented enough, that can stop us in our tracks. If we think I am going to fail the first few times I try this, because that's what happens when you try something new, then we don't have that same weight on it. We're not making it mean the same thing. And therefore we're much freer to just experiment and play. So accept in your mind before you start, this is probably not going to work, and then go experiment. And before you know it, Anna, your paintings will have more colour in them, and Bernadette, you'll be freely painting in figures and buildings and interiors and whatever else it is that you feel like you want to move on to. It's all about the way we look at it. Two things: always follow the little intuitive voice, always keep it light, and don't attach any meaning to the fact that the first few things you do are not as good as you wish they would be. Happy painting. Bye.